Hey everyone, so we're already up to our next lesson. Remember what you had to answer on Google Classroom last time. Remember, you open up a Google Doc, write down why I had to stop last time in the video. Turn that Google Doc in. Don't share it to me. Turn it in to Google Classroom for Tuesday's lesson. And we'll do the same thing for today. And you had to do a photo. You had to take a photo of you checking the oil on your engine, lawnmower, weed whacker, motorcycle, car. Okay? And if there's any concerns at that point, contact me and we'll go from there. Okay? So those are the two things that you were supposed to do last time. Today, we'll see where we get on the rebuilding of my lawnmower today. And what you'll have to turn in. So let's go ahead and switch over to that camera so that we're closer and we'll talk about where we're at. Okay. So, remember, if you need to get a hold of me, the Facebook chat isn't the best method. The best method is to get a hold of me through Google Hangout, which, remember, just use the same active code last time. Alright, so don't need zip ties. Alright, what's nice is I've gotten these totes. I love putting things away, and I should have actually put that in the video, is storing stuff. So let's go through this real quick. So I got a couple Ziploc bags extra when I grabbed them. Remember the air filter that was too dirty? Okay, but see, like the the nuts that came off the top cowl of the lawnmower, well, I put them in a Ziploc bag. And the best thing to do is actually to label it, and that's why I saved it for today. So, this is the pull cord hold down. Case nuts. Okay, so now I know what it is, and it makes it easier. And I don't over bag things. So like if I were to take more off the top here, I would get another bag and label that bag. So that way I don't like, oh, okay, it's all of this. It gets more confusing that way. Okay, so I've labeled that one. And here's the other one. And once again, I didn't label it. Any guesses, there we go, what those parts are? If you guessed the carburetor, you did good. Okay, so what I have in here, remember, is the float. We have the bowl. We have some gaskets in here, and I'm sorry, I skipped ahead of you guys, but that's okay. I just want to get these two parts out. Then also, make sure I don't get any extra parts. It also has that tiny little spring that holds down the needle, as well as the needle and the pivot pin. I'm making sure that, yep, there it is. You won't be able to see it in the bag, but inside there, that's that little thing that rolled. That is the needle pin. Now, once again, whoa, don't lose those. These are carburetor parts, and because I'm not a speller, Carb, no. Okay, so there's my carburetor parts. Okay, and then I have my larger items. Oh, see, like this is the bowl gasket. That should be with this. So dump that in there. Okay, now what is that missing? Well, it's the carburetor. So let me go ahead and get that out of the way. There we go. All right. Now, after we ended our lesson on Tuesday, I went ahead, let me grab the tool, if I can find it now. So I was using it yesterday. Yesterday I went and grabbed one of my screwdrivers. Instead of having to go back to the school because they've asked us not to go there, I went and ground the edge flat on the screwdriver. So normally a screwdriver has a little bit of a bulge here when they flatten this down. So all I did was just took it over to the vise and with a floppy disk and just took those edges off. And so that way I can get down inside here to get to the jet. So this way now the carburetor or the screwdriver is able to slide down and get to the meter in the jet. So this is what's down there. It actually sits like that inside the carburetor. Okay, so some of the times what will happen is this will get clogged up, and this is a calibrated hole in there. Okay, same with all of those little holes. So if they get dirty, it won't work. Okay, and there's also some holes. Let's see if I can get to, I doubt I'm going to be able to show it to you in here. There they are. There's a series of little holes inside this part right here. Now, I wish I would have grabbed other parts. So I want to talk a little bit about carburetors and how they work prior to doing some more on this. Now, I went ahead because I needed to clean this and I wanted to have it cleaned and I could touch it. The stuff I use is a carburetor dip, and so it's very caustic, corrosive material. So I wanted to make sure I got it cleaned and washed off before I touched it again. So that's why I finished doing this on Tuesday. I should have recorded it now that I think about it so you guys could have seen it, but there's plenty of other videos out there, much like I could simply just send you guys links to videos I want you to watch, but I'm enjoying this. All right, so let's talk about carburetors. Let me get a piece of paper. I got my Sharpie, and let's talk about how that works. All right, here we go. So this is a very, very, very crude explanation of the carburetor. I'm hoping that I'll go grab, I actually have a clear carburetor so you can actually see what goes on it. So I'm hoping I can find it. It's packed away somewhere. So I'm going to spend my weekend for you guys. So the whole thing I want to start with is the lesson about airplanes. Okay, how does an airplane get lift? Well, it's all about the wing, right? So we have the wing here, and we're going to just make a flat bottom. Most of the time they have different shapes, but we're going to make it flat. Okay, so now if you remember, what is happening? Well, the air that travels here takes longer than the air here, creating lift. Talk to Mr. Hogan or any of your science teachers when it comes to physics. Just accept it, okay? So what will happen is this air is now moving faster to keep up with this air, okay, which creates the lift. Now, inside the carburetor, it's what's called the Venturi Effect. With that, there is, I don't know if we can see it, but inside there is a wing. And I'm not talking about the butterfly. I'm talking about way down inside there. So what it is inside that circle is another wing. So if I were to cut this carburetor right down the middle of that, like that, this is what you would see inside there, okay? And because the air is picking up, and there's a butterfly here, and a butterfly there, that are controlled, so they can open or close. Well, let me fix the other screen. It will make it easier. So what's going to happen is, okay, well, that's great. It's sucking the air in because we pull cord, and it's engine is just like a vacuum, so it's sucking air in. But what's happening is just below this, let's see if we can even see it. You can't. So what happens is this little guy is sticking up inside here, and it's just barely above there, okay? And so that little thing is sticking up right there. And it's in a very particular spot on the wing, okay? It could be up here, over here, makes a difference. It's usually a little further back, but hey, once again, this is just a crude explanation. What happens is as the air comes in, the fuel is sitting right here. Now, how many times have you guys ever gone and drank soda with a straw, dropped the straw inside the soda, and saw the straw float back to the top? That's because of the carbonation in it. Okay? Have you ever tried blowing across the top of that straw? So if I were to blow across the top of this, now this has a certain little dish in there. If I blew across it, what will happen is down here is the fuel. It will then create a vacuum, which will then pull the fuel into here. And very, very little droplets of fuel enter into it. Just because the air is speeding up through here and it's now picking it up. Now, one of the exercises we do is we actually take a straw, put it in a glass of water. Now, a very short straw, and you can see how short this is. Don't use coffee straws either. Just a short little straw, use it over the tip of water, okay? And you're gonna blow on it. And what will happen is the air will then pick up the little bits of water on it, and it will blow it out at somebody, okay? There's videos of it if you have to. Or just do it. Get a straw, get a glass of water, and do it, okay? But that's what's happening inside the carburetor. So the bowl's right here, fuel's floating in here, it goes inside this little hole, then it gets sucked up through all these little holes here, okay? And then it goes across the jet, which is right here, and this is what they always talk about, drilling out the jet, okay? And it shoots it up in, well, actually it's the other way around, sorry, like this, okay? And it shoots it up into the carburetor. So what can happen is those little holes get dirty, okay? And then you won't be able to get that Venturi effect to work efficiently. So I went ahead and cleaned those, okay? I went ahead and cleaned this. Now I need to send it through one more time because there is still some corrosion inside there, okay? Let's see if I can get it to see. No, you can't really see it. So you have to take my word for it. There's a little dirt still left in there, okay? And that will cause an issue, and I don't want to put it all back together without cleaning that first. So I got to clean that. Once again, I'm not going to do that on camera because it's just literally annoyance of that. So that's how a carburetor works. Like I said, I'm hoping I'll find the clear one, and I'll show you guys on Tuesday how it works. So what I want you guys to do today for your part of the assignment to prove that you are attending class is I want you to do one more thing for me, okay? So you guys checked oil and you've answered a Google Doc on why I stopped last time. If you didn't figure it out in the last video, this video, it's because I didn't have a screwdriver that fit. And so I had to custom make a screwdriver, okay? So today, what I want you to do is, this is going to be a little trickier. It's going to be a little more work, okay? If it is a lawnmower, you probably have to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Craftsman, whatever it is. If it's a motorcycle, you'll have to go to a parts house. Same with a car, okay? Whatever it is, what I want you to do is I want you to find out where you can get the air filter you need. Okay, and then I need to know the price. So what you want to do is find a screenshot of the air filter you need. So on mine, it's a Cub Cadet. I get it through Home Depot. I know the model number. I look up Home Depot. I say I need this air filter. And then I'm going to take a screenshot of the Home Depot ad of the filter I need. and that's what I'm going to turn in. Okay, so what is your assignment? Okay, so you show me a photo of a screenshot. Let me rephrase. A screenshot of an air filter. Okay, it's something you could do on Chromebook, and you turn that into today's assignment. Okay, not as a private comment, not as a public comment. You will send the screenshot as an attachment to the assignment for today. Okay, so once again, I need a screenshot of the air filter that is needed for your lawnmower, tiller, weed whacker, generator, motorcycle, car. I'm not concerned about which one. I just want you to be able to prove to me that you are resourceful enough to find the filter you need for the vehicle or power equipment that you're using. Okay, so that's what I have you guys doing today is that. So once again, you have until Sunday to get it done, but just get it done now. It doesn't take a lot of work to get it done. On Tuesday, we will be putting the carburetor back together. I will talk last little bit about carburetors. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk about how to sharpen, not even sharpen, we're going to make it smaller steps. How to remove the lawnmower blade without starting the lawnmower. Now think about it. If I were to try to wrench and I turn that blade, is it no different than pulling the cord? Yeah, there is a big difference. My fingers are next to it. So we're going to talk about how to do that properly and safely, so that way if you have to take the blade off to sharpen it, you're not risking your fingers to be lost. And I still have mine. So, all right, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you.